you ready now?
Yeah.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Alright. I don't know who S is. That's a really old player. That's interesting. He used to play really high level soldier. It's a good rollout. Very, very fast. First stick goes big there. That's a really good stick. Okay. So you're already down 2. Just straight up leave here. That's good. Nice. You have sticks loaded, you can totally trap the choke off. So what I like that you did there actually was that you were able to before they come big there. So you did the rollout perfectly, and then you actually did shoot like charge shot your first stick deep into big door, and that'll break up a lot of their crit heals as also their buff HP. You did charge a second stick at the elbow of where the medic was walking up. You pre-did it, so if you can hold that stick a little bit longer, that medic damage is actually really, really good. But overall, that mid you played fine. Spike. Oh, that's fine.
Medic! Medic!
Our control point is being captured.
Medic!
You guys stacked for 9. You guys unfortunately didn't deny. I don't think actually 3 of them were on last. Yeah, I actually did deny, I think.
Alert.
Either way,
The control point
you
is
guys
being
got
captured.
second for free because they were down Uber and their med actually died on that, so they didn't really have heals there.
Target has been
They just opted to hold last. So right now you want to destroy the gun and try to take high ground, top right,
The control point is being contested.
and have your team try to come in through river. Nice, that's perfect. Usually when you take the Uber through Shutter, it's actually good to try to walk it in there, and there's the pyro there, so you obviously just have to kill the pyro first and then the gun.
Yeah.
If you see the enemy team playing really far back in Shutter, or in the next spawn Shutter, you can also jump through that Shutter, and you can leave the Uber on the demo if you want to. But it sounded like your scout was calling to walk it through, so that's completely fine. Either way works. As long as you get to as long as you're able to hold top right on that last push.
The control point is being contested.
As a demo, it's really strong, and you can also shoot points. So far on this mid, you did the same thing. You were a little bit slower, but you actually did get the damage off the big door, so it's fine. Okay. Nice. You did a lot of damage that mid, and I also appreciate that you ignored that soldier that was bombing you. Like, it sounded like you had an idea that the soldier might bomb you, and you kind of just let your scout clean it up. So that's good. You kept the pressure on their demo, so that if the demo ended up walking forward off of that soldier bomb, you were able to play off of it. So that's really good. I love doing this, by the way, with the pipe jump. It's super fun.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep screwing it up right here and only right here, like trying to get up into the river.
It's kind of an awkward timing because the roller, the debt of it is kind of off. Flash, nice. I don't think you've seen the gun yet.
The control point is being contested.
So your whole team dropped off height there. Honestly, we should try to ending top right with your whole team there would have been really, really good, but your might fell off. Reload everything, that's really good.
Alert. The control point is being
Damn,
captured.
that was close. That was like really clean though. You played that really, really well. In an ideal world, your team plays with you top right there and it doesn't drop off. The soldier dies faster maybe because your scout would be there to follow up off of the bomb you did. And then you're able to hold the right side, and then your team comes in from river, but your med fell and died, and then your scout also got the died, I think, by the gun, so...
The control point is being captured.
If you guys were gonna fight this, maybe choke faster, You guys decided to pop. You guys get your people to choke, so it's actually fine. Yeah, that's fine. I prefer to, if I don't have people choke there, I'd have my combo go choke and my people get in from big door. But since you guys had people rolling out choke already when you guys took that fight, it was a free fight, so. So far, nothing out of the ordinary. I'll also comment your ammo management. You're actually keeping your sticks loaded a lot, so you're not like keeping your pipes out. I see a lot of demos like hold pipes out for too long instead of reloading. That's kind of bad. You need to make sure you have all your sticks loaded most of the time.
Okay.
That's close. Your soldier decided to bomb really fast there. Maybe you called it that. You called it damage from bad. You die for it.
Control point is being contested.
Hopefully your med gets out here. Your med's dead as fuck. Your team's still fighting second. You probably want to keep peeking, if anything. Maybe support them somehow. Yeah, your med died 95, that sucks. Sucks. So in that like transition from mid, you lost mid and you were leaving. I think your team was still trying to fight second there, so you probably could have tried to at least peek from Shredder and lobby. Obviously trap yourself off if a soldier tries to push you, but at least you're attempting to fight second there and maybe help them get Uber, because your medic was probably calling how close he was to Uber, so any additional support coming out of anywhere would have helped them try to get that 100%. So overall it's okay though.
The control point is being contested. You failed.
You spawned there, so you weren't really able to play in water. Actually, did you die? No, you died. Normally the demo would hold water on these pushes, like if you have this out like that. It's preferred to have your demo play water if he's able to just trap off point and also trap off maybe river if someone tries to push him in water.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably understand that concept, but it's good to remind. But that's probably what you want to do in that position.
The control point is being captured.
So you're down 2 already. I would just straight up leave before your med gets wrapped in big door. Once you lose 2 that fast, it's just time to get out.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Your med's not completely out. You can probably trap off people big door and push your med. That's fine. Like you like left first, but your med needs to get out as well. Probably trap off those doors for him.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
So you got out by yourself. I think it's good. It's at least too good to attempt to help your med get out too. This is another scenario where that happened. Yeah.
I mean, I try to like jump ahead to put up stickies sooner, so like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If we're talking about that fight on second that we had earlier, you definitely could have fought at least big door there, right? Because they were wrapping your med. At least 50 from Shredder. In that instance there, you could have maybe shot the guys on the low ground, or spam the guys from choke. That's good. I like your standing in that elbow is a mess. I would never really stand there. It's just a lot of lower spam. I think playing like down here is actually really good. You can actually have an angle to spam an elbow and choke without overcommitting your life here. And if you get bombed here or get pushed, you can just back up to your heals who are right here. And then the scouts playing near your medic, you can help clean up those guys for you.
Okay, so like if I'm gonna go up elbow, I'd have to wait for everybody to clear it up first.
Yeah, like it'd be like after your soldier bombs are already finished bombing, and if anyone's gonna do additional damage to the people on their side, it's you from the floor. But like a scout can follow up off it too. Say like your scout playing on awning can also be on there, pressuring them when they're low. And you also have your second scout, providing that additional kind of backup from your soldiers. So it's preferred that you, as a demo, they probably just stay alive. If you need to, you can leave with your medic if it's bad, but that's just kind of the expectancy of right mids. Sometimes those things will happen. Okay, so this is in our last where we're not playing in water, but this is actually okay because they're not on point. Let's go through that for good damage. You hold your ground really well in this fight. That's actually really good to see. Yeah, okay. Your med is like 98, but you have to stop the point, so don't feel too bad about that. Your med probably could have tried to walk out with you and get the Uber too.
Yeah.
So
if we're holding last, no ad, don't have Uber, and we have like an off class like a heavy or a pyro, so like they wouldn't be playing on point, and it should instead be on me to play point.
yeah, so like a traditional last hold on gully would look similar to having a gun, either left side of spawn or the right side of spawn. Right side of spawn, it kind of covers when their Uber's in the river. It kind of shoots the people that come in river, right? And also denies people peeking like main and stuff. Now that gun kind of protects itself, but for the most part, they'll look at the gun after they notice it's there and kill it. What you can also do is have a gun on the left side of the last and have a pyro on it. That's another way you can hold with a pyro on a gun, because the pyro is gonna reflect all the spam from the demo and the scout running forward. He'll deny the scout from running forward as well. And also any additional spam coming from like soldiers, which would be like from main or from river. And that's why it's not the best to hold your demo top left, because your demo could actually play in a position like this, where if you look at my stream, you can see an opening in river here. This soldier could try to wrap into lower and kill the people playing on point, honestly. And the best part about this positioning as demo is you can trap off this side, you can trap off lower here. And this is what a lot of invite demos do. They trap off like the lower area here on the right or left wall. So if something does push through water, you kill that player. So like the player can't play point. Also, what's really good about this too is you're also able to play point like this, where if you're peeking into your own last from here, you can trap off the point inside the ring and on the on the walls, on the point itself. So anything trying to run at point in the Uber will have to either kill the sticks first or kill the demo in water. And you'd actually be surprised that a lot of people like to ignore the demo in this push because they want to kill the stuff playing in spawn. Because since this last is so fucking small, all they need to do is just stay alive and rotate through spawn, and then they're on last still, right?
Yeah.
So, bring it up in the future to maybe your teammates or just in your own review. Playing in water as demo here is actually very crucial. Having a good last gully hold, in my opinion, and if this ever needs to change, any deviance comes up that wants to change it, you can also have a soldier play in water or in secret even. Those are the only two different things you could do from this kind of standardized hold. And it just makes it easier for your team to kind of have a little bit less of a watch on point for the most part. They can try to just work on staying alive on last and rotate instead. They don't have to fucking bomb the point and die instantly because there's no one playing it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Did you already have a general idea of that before, or is this something you can start doing now? Or
Yeah, I mean, I've already had like an idea to like do it. I should be playing water, but it feels like when we are at disat, I should be like being constantly beamed up for last.
well, you could just
I could try just doing water anyway.
Yeah, I would suggest doing it and try to work your team around it, because like I think it's really good, and you're gonna see a lot of demos doing this nowadays, especially in the higher devs. You'll see a lot of demos kind of committing to this hold. It actually is really hard to push a demo out of water from this position here, so that's why it's good. The demo can actually solo hold this a lot of situations, and anything trying to push him, he has his pipes loaded too, so it's really good to have that kind of secondary as well. Like I said, it depends on how you want to do it, but I prefer doing it. It's a lot easier. And by the way, when you do this hold, you can also get a quick buff before you go into here, so you will have that HP. You don't need to get fully tanked in this. You just get a buff, and then you're above that 250, 260 threshold. and then anything that does push you has to get rid of that buff HP first. You're a little bit slow to mid, and that's completely fine. Just
Alert.
taking charge.
The control point is being contested.
So their soldiers fast bomb into your elbow for the medic. That was a really sick bomb. That was good. You noticed your med died early, so you went for the med there. That was clean. Realistically, nothing you could have done there. If you leave, you're definitely holding last still. In this situation, you killed the med. There is a slight attempt that you could fight second, so that's actually better for you guys more than not.
The control point is being captured.
You guys are gonna try and fight second, but your med or you'd also scout to a hider. It sucks.
We have lost the control point. Alert.
Yeah, so since their heals were down, you were able to fight second because they had to wait for them to get buffs, and people who were already on mid low had to go look for health kits, so they weren't really able to fight second very well. There's a big scarcity of health kits on mid, so they have to go and look for them. So that's why they weren't able to fight second very well. So you guys default to you holding third. If that's the case, it's very good. I like it. It's very good. So you guys opt to have you hold choke while you're down a soldier. Probably a mistake. Probably best if you just demo a big door.
I think we were gonna try and push into it until they went big door.
I don't really find that a good strategy to be honest here, because like realistically it's like really hard to push into mid on gully second, and in this scenario when you're down one it's even harder. So the main thing you'd want to do here is just keep your ground on second point, and the best way to do that is keep your default hold on demo big door so they can't do any type of flank plays behind while you're down one, or set up a sniper big door, and you have that set of spam and stickies in front of you to deny that guy from peeking. So it'd be good in accordance to what we just watched to tell your team that, hey, it's probably not a good idea to have me rotate to choke when we're down one. Just have the demo play big door instead, and it'll be much more kind of like just generally just easier to play around that instead of being down one and trying to hold this choke while getting peeked by a sniper sightline.
Okay.
Yeah. I noticed you do play very heal-centric on demo, and that's actually perfectly fine. If the team wants you to do that, that's fine. It just means that you're going to be sending a lot of presence from you into a different area that needs spam. Your soldiers are going to have to get really good at spamming the doors you're not watching, because demo spam is infinitely better than soldier spam in a lot of these doors we're watching. So also, I noticed that you guys were down. You guys got 2 picks, so you guys ended up just slaying the feed instead. Like in this scenario, you have 5 choke, 4 choke, but a lot of spam here. Oh, they just kind of walk into your stick, so I guess it's fine. But normally you wouldn't have people trying to peek to a soldier in a demo in choke like that.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Whoever's calling for your team is pretty smart when it comes to Ubers, because apparently you guys aren't ever forcing for no reason. So you guys are able to lock it in a lot and make sure you don't force. That's nice. No. Once the snipers pressure you can finally peek. Yeah, that's
The
good.
control point
Okay.
is being captured.
Alright, now, before you guys take the Uber into last, you guys should be getting buffs on everybody. Those sticks could have been cleared, I don't know. You sort of didn't have to feed for that, but that's okay.
We have captured the control point.
This Uber's fine if you got forced. You already got 2 kills, so it's good to just try to play point now. Nice, trap off point.
They're going to bed already.
So this was a good example of like that demo water thing that I was talking about. So even though their Uber ended up getting 2 kills, your Uber getting 2 kills, and you were able to play on point a little bit earlier there, the demo playing in water was not accounted for, and he was able to completely deny a cap and kill your scout, and then anyone trying to get on point was fought by spawners, and that kind of shows the effectiveness, like I said earlier, about that. They were actually in a losing position here, but it turned into a winning one because they had that person playing there. It's kind of like it's like kind of an anchoring spot that kind of turns a good fight into or a bad fight into a good fight if played well. The other factor here was the sniper. The sniper didn't fucking do anything, unfortunately. That could also be a factor, but I think it adds on to the previous demo water type thing.
What's the counter to that? Like a good counter to demo and water.
So the counter to that is you have your scout take the Uber into that demo and take the fight into him from underwater. That's a good way of countering that. Another way of countering that is to bait the stickies, force him to peek, and then everyone who comes in late ends up fighting the demo coming in. And what will end up happening is it's called that he's in water early, and he does that same play. You can bait the sticks, and then somebody can fight him in water, either from river into water or fight him from point. And that could be you. For an example, fighting from point, you know the demo's gonna peek there. Say his spawners are dead or they're not able to rotate in time, you can easily just trap them off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your whole team went right there and you played to the left. Not sure the plan. Hey, if the scenario ever, I think I learned this from Benny a long time ago. If the situation ever comes where we roll a choke, but your team rolls out right, and you want to meet your heals, but it's hard, you can always drop off of choke here and drop off from the right side here and drop off fast. Or if you have time, you can obviously run through elbow as a kind of escape, because baiting yourself in choke will get you. I noticed a trend of soldiers just getting into choke through drop down or fast on a rollout. Baiting yourself in choke here might not be the best because they're obviously going to bomb someone into you. So if the situation comes up, just try to bait into elbow and meet your heals. That situation will come up a lot where you try to meet your heals in elbow. Say they have a soldier that bombs aggressively every mid, then you can just play to the entrance to elbow instead of outside of choke to meet your heals, so you don't easily eat that 100 damage rocket and potentially die to him.
Alert.
Okay.
Control point is being contested.
I think for that mid, I go ahead.
Okay, thank you. If you ever find that a problem where a sort of fast bombs you, being your medic there would be wise. But yeah, go ahead.
I think for that mid, I definitely called that we were gonna play standard, but I guess no one was able to get up the elbow to meet me.
Yeah, that'll happen.
That could be any number of reasons.
Yeah, like what could have happened is maybe you guys were talking about the previous round and you guys didn't have it set up into the next one, or someone just fucking called it over you and they didn't hear you. So that's the kind of scenario where like, my team didn't hear me. Maybe I should just play to what they want to do, or bait yourself harder because you might be unsure. And that is in line with what I said. This guy is dropping your bed. Never mind. Holy fuck. Shotgun and yeah, I thought you were sure how that good. So you have standard stickies holding river. I don't know if you knew this. This is a funny trap you can do. So there's 2 spots here I like to really abuse. One is on this wall on this the concrete pole. Did you know you could put up lights, sticks in these lights?
I did not.
So if a soldier does get into river, the way a soldier would bomb usually is a curve towards this left side of this pole and land on your medic. This stick will actually deny him from doing that. So say you want to put 4 sticks here, 2 sticks on the wall, 2 sticks on the light. That is like a perfect way of denying a soldier bomb. If the team likes to peek shutter, you can trap off the shutter instead. But remember, there's different types of deviances that would change how you play it. That could be one, like, oh, their soldier tends to bomb out of river. That's completely fine. You just trap that off.
So it's just about adapting sticky placement to what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. scout want water, it's actually good that you draw a few stickies there and look back into river. You don't want to commit to shooting the stickies on point, because remember that when they do that play, they're gonna pressure cook and they're gonna peek at the same time as the sack comes in. Because it's either gonna be a 2-man or a single sack. But most of the time, scout water is a 2-man, so it's good that you opted to shoot river there instead of point. Your soldier ring will be getting the help and the heals there to play on that ring to deny that scout. And even if he's not playing ring, he might even just commit to fighting this guy water, right? And just fight him. So that's also good. So you guys just want to hold last. You have a gun, so it's obviously kind of hard to peek out of last. It's probably good to have your combo try to peek a little bit when you guys sack people. This last specifically, because if you notice, the other team's combo is gonna be big in the back of river. After their sack comes in, but they don't want to drop off a height, because then if they do that, you guys have access to your river again. This is a good type of pressure cook, but I think they're just playing for their spy sniper to do something. Yeah, go back to last here.
Yeah, I think he gets... Oh, I thought he went to go back cat.
Does he have the Your Eternal Reward? He does, so... okay. I think that spy came in. He came in from wood, really fast off a respawn, and just cloaked on your medic holding in main, and you cloaked and killed him.
Yeah.
See, this is actually good. They're actually losing too, so I can see why you're walking forward here. They still have Uber, so you guys are trying to fully commit to trying to push your... It's hard to push without a scout, so yeah, good they hold us. Do you want to see how you hold this last, because you're playing against Disad.
The control point is being captured.
That sucks. Probably should add more people helping with that demo on the left side. Now, that... Well, actually, this is yeah. So that... You actually did play that really well, seeing that you played left side of last year. In the end, it came down to that demo living for too long and killing you. And that's, you know, if you eat the 2 pipes, it's going to happen, right? You're not able to, like, really completely remove that factor from happening. Maybe they might miss, but, you know, you just have to, you have to hope that they miss that, you know? You're still going to play that how you did it. So you played that fine. It's just, that they just kind of just had a deep Uber, and then nobody rotated to stop it from happening, from ending on the left side. At least someone should hope fight that guy left side faster. You did have a soldier stop point, which is actually a really good thing. So that you have a soldier who's aware of that point pressure. I'll watch this last round, last minute, I think, of them.
Alert. The control point is being captured. Alert. The control point is being contested.
Well, I mean, all I saw there was that you guys rolled up to the... You rolled a big door, and you guys kind of stayed on the floor for too long, and you might have got a call that there's a soldier drop down. Do you remember that happening? Because I saw you trapping on drop
yeah.
down. Okay. Yeah, it seemed that there was that pressure or that threat of a soldier drop down bombing you and choke. If that is the case, that's completely fair that you trap drop down there. Because you had no one to meet you in elbow, so if you get pushed from that soldier drop down, you could potentially die. So it's fair that you trap them off, because it doesn't seem like your soldier was trying to attempt to fight anyone there anyways. But if there wasn't a call on him there and he didn't actually do that, then I don't know, your team kind of left you to dry and choke. I think it should be kind of standard already for your team, maybe, and potentially just every team you play on, that it's good to have your med meet your demo on mids to at least buff him back up, because he's gonna get rolled out on most times. And he's gonna be rolling up to mid. You might get low because of the demo. So yeah, make sure your team is aware of that.
Okay.
All right, that was a good demo.